They think he'll be super bad now. Right, listen, I mean this with all love in my heart, but this is why sometimes we come to very much butt heads with you with people, where like I tell you, dude, you're being a moron. And then people look at me and they go, no, you think that you're a moron. And then it comes out that I was right, like 95% of the time. Not every time, but like 95% of the time. This is going to be probably another one of those where like he's going to end up probably even better than he was. Granted, he's not going to be as tanky, but if you are good mechanically, you could almost play him like an off tank.
Part of being a big content creator is people evaluate everything you say, and anything you do is under a microscope. Have a hot take or unpopular opinion? Well, you are going to get a horde of angry people screaming at you that you're wrong, and that can definitely hurt. But I think what a lot of content creators tend to miss is, in a lot of these situations, the people who are complaining or disagreeing are just very passionate about the topic. What's happened recently with Flats is a perfect example of that. Now listen, I like Flats, he seems like a cool guy, and my goal with this video isn't to send hate or be mean. It's to raise awareness to a problem in Marvel Rivals and why I disagree with the larger content creator's opinion. And he's being ignorant to people's concerns, or he's just rage baiting, and in which case, it's working. But I'm not going to act like I'm going to be impartial here, because I'm not. I have strong opinions myself, and I want to share them. And while I'm not a Thor main, a lot of my friends and other players I've spoken to who are have expressed the same thoughts, and it's important to share what we strongly believe in. So, if you disagree, let me know in the comments so you can feed the algorithm. Okay, you might be wondering about what the hell this dude is yapping about. Well, it's in regards to the Flat situation and the ongoing war between Thor mains, and why a lot of them don't like the changes that were made. So what exactly did they change? Well, the hammer throw got reworked. Standardization. The hammer throw has a standard ability now, no longer consuming Thor Force or sharing a universal cooldown. It has a 6-second cooldown and grants 1 Thor Force for each enemy hit. And now there's a damage reduction as well, taken down from 70 to 45, and the return damage reduced from 30 to 20. As well as the Thor Force shield got nerfed, which is basically just like a health nerf. He went from 100 to 75 per stack, and his maximum bonus health cap has been reduced from 200 to 150. At first glance, this might not seem like a lot, but it actually really shifts the way Thor is played. Instead of being an upfront, in-your-face tank, he's been reduced to basically Storm with less damage and more health. Occasionally, he will get in your face, but the main way you play Thor now is just cycling through his Thor Force and hitting enemies from range. Yes, before anyone mentions it, I know he's not the god of hammers. He's the god of thunder. But still, it feels like this is a massive identity shift, and if this was to happen to my favorite character who I enjoy playing, then I'd be really upset as well. So let's get into exactly what Flange said.
So 2 nerfs to Thor's survivability, which is shield on the shift/Thor Force. Instead of 100 shield, you get 75, and your health is also getting a 50 nerf. However, the Thor hammer throw no longer is a universal cooldown. So you can do that whenever. It'll do less damage, but that means you can use it more often to secure kills. Oh my, wait. This is actually some nice changes. That means that there's a reason to actually use the hammer throw now. So you actually want to use it. This could be good. This is probably the most exciting change for me, personally. No shit. Wait, also, wait, hang on, the Thor Force. Wait, what? So hang on, wait a minute. You could theoretically throw the hammer deep onto a team and try not to hit anybody, and then the return hits multiple people, and you get a bunch of Thor Force for it. Because every time it hits an enemy, you get Thor Force. So like, let's say you use your you use your awakening form, and then you run out of Thor Force, and then you throw it. It's not a far throw, I know that, but you're also frontlining, right? Wow. Wait, interesting. That's actually a very I like this change. I'm very cautiously optimistic about this change. No, I'm not even cautiously optimistic. I'm optimistic about this. I think it's a good change. I like that a lot.
It doesn't really seem like Flats understands what he's reading here, which is why I think a lot of people are mad, and why I tend to think this is ignorance. I mean, ask any Thor main how they feel, and it's going to be a completely different reaction. This is a very important topic to address. I love Marvel Rivals. It's literally my favorite game, and 90% of everything I play right now is Marvel Rivals. However, that doesn't mean it's not subject to criticism, because we're seeing a trend with Marvel Rivals, one that I'm not sure I really like.
Saw someone in some Thor video talk about you and how much they respect they lost for you, and they said they enjoyed, because you said you enjoyed the rework. Watch when next week when it comes out, and then you have a higher damage uptime, and if it doesn't have enough survivability, they just add 100 health back, and then you have the same survivability with higher damage uptime. Holy fuck. And you know what? I'm going to take it a step further. I haven't even seen the video. I feel like the people who identify themselves like so hard and passionately that like that is their personality. Like, I am the Thor main. I hate you.
I think Flats is just missing the core point of what people are actually talking about. And I don't know, again, if he's ignorant to it. But this is not why people are upset. It's not just because, oh, I'm the Thor main. No, they have a character that they enjoy, and something's being changed about it for almost no reason. And they're upset about this. And we can see this. I'll give some other examples where we can see this also happening. Unique characters like Rocket Raccoon were adjusted to fit into a more meta playstyle by reworking their ultimate to reflect a more classic healer stance. But I feel like this has taken away parts of what makes Rocket so different from other healers. Now he's got his own invincibility ultimate. Mind you, everybody just targets it now and it can be easily destroyed. Then you've got Jeff, who's being subjected to the same treatment, with his kit now focused more on being a pure healer, whereas before he was an extremely unique character, playing almost like a self-sustaining DPS dive character who could heal his teammates if he needed to. And finally, I want to get into the main topic of this video, which is Thor, and Flat's take on the situation. I think what Flats misses is these changes make Thor much more boring. They turn his playstyle into something completely different and betray his core identity from how he was originally designed.
First off, there's like 6 ways of playing Thor, by the way, just so you guys know. Like, there is. Like, there's like the displacement shift style. There's the Surefour flank DPS play style. But considering there's like multiple ones that actually are all good and work, the funniest part of reading any of it is just like, brother, the only thing you're mad about is they took away survivability.
With the biggest change being the direct change to how his hammer throw works now, which Flats for some reason thinks is a buff. So no, Flats, hammer throw getting a longer cooldown does not mean it's going to be used more. In fact, it means the opposite. It's going to be used less. And this is a direct and blatant nerf. Not just a nerf to Thor though, it's a nerf to dive in general. A lot of the times, to be a successful dive DPS, you need an aggressive dive tank that you can play off of, and getting rid of one of those options pulls that entire style back. Thor wasn't even that crazy good in the first place. He wasn't defining the meta. Sure, there are people who are really good with Thor, but it's not like he was so oppressive that he was getting banned in high elo. This just seems like an unnecessary change to cram the meta back to being more of a poke heavy, like how it was in Season 0 and Season 1. You can see evidence of this from the buff Hawkeye is getting and the nerfs to dive DPS. Instead, I think the devs should allow the game to naturally cycle through its phases by adding new characters and buffing characters that are falling behind. Sure, if things get out of control, pull back on it, but I don't think we need to be fundamentally changing characters that were not a huge problem to begin with. In conclusion, I want Marvel Rivals to be fun. I don't think this game needs to be hyper-balanced or esport high skill. I just love having a game that's actually enjoyable to play. After spending so much time in games that are so highly competitive or extremely sweaty, it's nice to have a game like Rivals that I can open up and actually have fun in. I know if Venom was to get reworked in a way that I didn't enjoy playing, I'd also have a problem with it. And I don't think having an identity around a character makes me a toxic player. People are just passionate about something that they enjoy and they don't want it to change necessarily. So anyways, thank you so much for listening to me rant and rave. As always, have a wonderful day, and hopefully we can get this out to more people to share. So yeah, thank you.
Good Iron Fist.